Welcome back to Fixing with Friends. I'm your host, that guy you know, or you don't. In this episode, I'm going to be doing work on steering suspension components. I split it up, so I'm going to start with a steering coupler bushing and then do the other suspension stuff later. The reason I did it was just because the steering was a little squishy as you were turning, anyway, I'll explain in the video. But yeah, let's get to work. Alright, so it's just me today. Weather's not exactly fantastic, so we can't do this outside. So I'm going to be doing some steering components. First we're going to start with steering coupler bushing. The original one is rubber. Ideally that's what I would go with. Well, a newer rubber substitute because rubber doesn't last that long, but it still has some give. These are rock solid, which is fine if you want to do racing, but if you're driving on the street and you have a car with manual steering, it will try and rip itself out of your hands every time you hit a pothole or a rut. Stabilizer bar links, stabilizer bar bushings, and steering rack bushings. So I bought this one when I got the car. I didn't realize they didn't come in a set, so I ordered another one when I was ordering parts. This one was also the only one available, so coincidentally I ended up with two of a set rather than two of the same kind, which is what I was expecting. So, because they are different on the left and right side. Anyway, we'll get to that and see how much we can get it done. Alright, so I'm going to try and show you here what it is I'm working on. Just here is the steering coupler bushing. It appears to just be 4 bolts. Pretty quick. I might have to move some of this other stuff out of the way. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find a good spot for you guys. Let's try that. See how that is for you. 11 or 12 is my guess. Alright, let's try 12 first. Okay. It occurs to me that I'm not entirely prepared for any work right now, so I'm going to do that. Alright, good to go. Maybe I should just walk around with you. Or 3/8 ratchet, 12mm socket. I need a deep socket. What am I doing? Back over here. This bolt stuck. Although I should be able to for these ones. I remove that bolt, should be able to slide it down here. That sounded fantastic. Well, I don't have any rust spray, so WD-40 will have to do. 14. Wow, 14. It's like I've done this before. Well, not this. YouTube series, they said. It will be fun. I don't know if you can see, but right there, I cannot get this on. Contact. Alright, let's give this a try. Maybe I'll strip it. Try and be careful. You see that? Right. Bolts removed. It's like those stupid puzzles. So I'm going to try persuading this with a hammer and see. And see if I can drive these bolts out. No, there's too much overlap. Yeah, that's not happening ever. What the hell? Did you see that? This other side came out. Oh, I understand the logic. And I claim to be good at puzzles. Right, so how that happened was, this is the easiest the steering wheel's ever spun. Okay, so you can't push it out the way I was doing it. You can't push it out this way. But if you fold it here, you get over that lump, and it's already halfway out. And then I can just wiggle it out the rest of the way. It's kind of difficult to do with one hand. Yes, you're so great at this, and now you're just embarrassing yourself. There we go. Alright, so we got the bushing out, and so far it doesn't actually look too bad. I'm gonna put the new one in still and go from there. So here's what we have, sort of a universal one. And we want to replace these, so we have to find the ones that fit. Thick ones seem to be pretty good. Nice and snug. And these ones are quite loose. Yeah, so it's a little hard to see, but around the edge is probably the easiest. So these ones are further out, these four. And the other overlapping set is further in. And we want the ones that match up. This is the further out set. As you can see, it's not clean through, but as long as I hold this one straight, you should be able to see, you can see straight through these holes. So we're going with the narrower set. As I said, these flex. I'm bad at doing this upside down. Versus this is obviously quite solid. And they talk about NVH. Yeah, noise, vibration, harshness. In your car, it starts off with rubber ones, and so every time there's a little shake or vibration, you go over a bump, it's going to absorb some of that. But if these are solid, it just transfers straight through. If you ever watch older Top Gear or any motoring show where they are driving a race car or race version of car, the camera will actually be shaking constantly because they're going over all these bumps and the vibrations just get transferred straight through. Now I am noticing that the hole is a different width, but it clearly said the 280Z one and not the 240Z. But it should be fine. Now that that's done, we can throw this back in. Alright. So, this one's not too bad, but this one is the one I showed you before, and right there. It's hard to see at this angle, but it's smoothed out at the top. So I'm going to use the other ones in those two slots. We'll be good to go. These ones, this, victims of an idiot. just jiggle it in. It's always nice when things just slide out when you stop putting effort on, after all the time you spent finagling. Let's just make weird grunting sounds right beside your mic. It's going in. Wait, that sounded a lot worse than I expected it to. Oh, so something you should probably do before you start is make sure the steering wheel is lined up. Perhaps I should put the washer on. I could actually just use the bolt and tighten it slowly around and have it pull it in, which will be nicer than before. With the hammer. Sorry, I just want to take a second. So it was a 50-50 chance that this was going to be the right side up. We've got the wheel is upright, and the tires are as straight as they were before. I probably need an alignment. Let's save this. Alright, remind me to pick that up. So much faster than ratcheting by hand. So, coupler securing bolts, 280Z, 17 to 20. Alright, so I guess that's where I decided to cut it. That's the end of putting the steering coupler in. All that was left are all the bushings that I showed you earlier in the episode. So that'll be in the next episode, which will be in a couple days, and then we'll get back to having other people who are more interesting than me. Effort we'll put into this. Anyway, see you later.